Now let's start Favorsky rearrangement. Now what is Favorsky rearrangement? So this rearrangement involves conversion of alpha haloketone to esters in presence of alkoxide ion or basic medium. This is the very interesting rearrangement which involves cyclopropanone intermediate. That's the beauty about this reaction. Remember that it's a very important rearrangement. So if you are taking the alpha haloketone and if you are reacting with the alkoxide ion, so it will be converted into a ester. So if you see here this RCH2 group, this RCH2 group is going to be migrated on this CH2 where halogen is attached and you will get this ester molecule. Okay, so in this way alpha haloketones can be converted to esters. This reaction is known as a Favorsky rearrangement. So instead of this alkoxide ion, if you are taking the hydroxide ion, so final product will be not ester, it will be a carboxylic acid. Similarly, if you are taking the amines instead of alkoxide ions, you will get the amides as a product. And one more thing, if you are taking the dihaloketone, definitely alpha alpha dihaloketone, or you can take the geminal dihaloketones, no problem. So that will produces alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compounds. So these are the some important points related to the Favorsky rearrangement. Now let's see the mechanism of Favorsky reaction. So here we have taken this alpha haloketone. So in presence of alkoxide ion, as the medium is a basic, definitely it will convert this alpha haloketone into a carbanion by abstracting this acidic hydrogen. Now this carbanion will have a resonance stability that's not shown here. So as this carbanion is formed, it's a nucleophilic in nature. It will attacks on the electrophilic carbon where a good living group halogen is present and to form a cyclopropanone ring, three-membered ring formed here. Okay. Now as it's a three-membered ring, it has a high angular strain or we can say angle strain. So as it bears high angle strain, so it is more eager to open. So next step, this alkoxide ion will attacks on the carbonyl. This carbon oxygen double bond will opens to form this alkoxide ion. Now let's see the mechanism of Favorsky rearrangement. So here we have taken alpha haloketone and alkoxide ion as medium is basic. It will abstract the alpha hydrogen to form the resultant carbanion. This carbanion may have this resonance stability. Okay. Now, as carbanion is nucleophilic in nature, it will attacks on the carbon which is having a good living group here to results in the formation of cyclopropanone intermediate. This cyclopropanone intermediate is highly strained ring as it is a three-membered ring. So internal angle is a 60 and therefore it's having a high strain here. So this cyclopropanone ring is now very eager to open. So alkoxide ion when attacks on this carbonyl, it will convert it into this alkoxide ion. This alkoxide ion will undergo further ring opening. When this O minus revert back, this will opens and you will results in the formation of carbanion which abstracts the proton to form a final ester compound. So if you see here, this particular RCH2 group is now going to be migrated here and you get this ester species. Let's see some other examples of Favorsky rearrangement where if you see the ring contraction will take place if you are taking the cyclic alpha haloketones. So if you are taking the 2-chlorocyclohexanone in presence of sodium ethoxide, it will convert into cyclopentane carboxylic acid. So let's see how that ring contraction will take place. So initially ethoxide ion that will abstract the proton to form the resultant carbanion which will further attacks on the electrophilic carbon where Cl is present, that's the good living group, to form cyclopropanone intermediate. As we have discussed earlier, it's a highly strained ring. It is eager to open and ethoxide ion further attacks on this carbonyl carbon to open this particular carbon oxygen double bond to form this alkoxide ion. And when this O minus will revert back, one of this bond is going to be open. So this cyclopropane ring opens to form the resultant carbanion. Now if you see here, here is a formation of this 5-membered ring. Okay. So this carbanion that will abstract the proton from the solvent to form the final product, that is ethyl cyclopentane carboxylate. So in this way, there is a ring contraction takes place in case of cyclic alpha haloketones, and therefore it is one of the versatile or important reaction. So 6-membered ring we can convert into a 5-membered ring. Okay. One more example here. If you are taking the 2-chlorocyclohexanone and if you are reacting with a hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, so it will form cyclopentane carboxylic acid instead of ester molecule. So as we are using here basic medium, sodium hydroxide only. Okay, so let's see the mechanism is very similar. So only instead of alkoxide ion we are taking here hydroxide ion, and therefore we are getting this final product is a carboxylic acid instead of ester molecule. So remember that in presence of hydroxide ions, reaction will form the final product carboxylic acid and not the esters. For esters you require a alkoxide ion. For acids you will require a hydroxide ions. Okay. One more important reaction about this Favorsky rearrangement. If you are taking the alpha-alpha dihaloketones and if you are taking this alkoxide ion, final product if you see here, it has a alpha beta unsaturated esters. So one of the interesting reaction this. So alkoxide ion first form the carbanion which further attacks on the electrophilic carbon to results in the formation of cyclopropanone intermediate. Cyclopropanone intermediate undergo attack by alkoxide ion to form the resultant alkoxide ion, and now here the ring opening reaction takes place at the time. So see how the reaction is going. So this O minus will revert back, and now this bond is breaking in this way. So this carbon-carbon bond is open and comes here. So then there is a formation of double bond, and this Br will be the leaving group. So as this comes here, there is a formation of alpha beta unsaturated ester molecule here. So if you see here, this is the carbon carbon double bond present in the final product. So if you want the alpha beta unsaturated ester, you can think about this reaction by taking the alpha alpha dihaloketones and alkoxide ions. So this is the one of the important application of the Favorsky rearrangement. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel Chemistry Basics and press the bell icon button so you'll get the notification of the next video. And if you like this video, please share and comment in the comment box. Thank you very much.